morning from Jamaica. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to jump on to discuss my travels to Jamaica, what it was like getting here, getting on the plane, my fear, um, what's it been like since I've been here. Um, First, let's start with thank you to one of my besties, Lakeshia Garrett, and her company, Always on Vacay by Key, because she definitely helped me reduce my fears because she is a very well-informed travel agent. She knows she's been following the coronavirus and following how it has affected her travelers and her company. She's been staying in tune with the State Department, with the World Health Organization, with she had some trips already planned, and people were back and forth with whether they should go or not. I actually had a trip planned to Bali that I was unable to go to due to coronavirus and requested my money back. But she's watched things opening back up, and Jamaica was one of those places that opened back up on July 1st. Since July 1st, she started, and the trip was planned for last week. So since July 1st, she started doing a lot of trainings and online meetings with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, as well as the travel consulate. And she wanted to really find out what the safety protocols would be for the island and what her passengers, travelers, would have to experience. And so I just wanted to share what I experienced, and in the hopes of helping someone who, if you're anything like me, you're tired as fuck of being at home. Me personally, my being at home is really being in my room. My office is in my room. I'm in my room. I don't really go any other place in my house. So just tired of looking at the walls, tired of being in that space, tired of being in Maryland, just tired. And I am a vacationer. I'm a person who really likes to escape, to reset, to the beach, the ocean, the waves, the ocean air. All of it gives me new life. It helps me reset myself. It helps me relax my mind. It's the first time I didn't bring my computer. I'm always working all the time. My brain is on 24/7 movement. And so this time I've decided, no, I'm not doing that. This is going to be a real reset because I really, 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 really need it. So some people take medicine, some people go to therapy, but for me, going on vacations really helped me with my mental. It really helps me relax. It helps me unload. It helps me reset. And so just being out here, you probably can hear the ocean vibes, but just being out here, this is what I'm looking at right now. Every morning I come out here because it's an hour ahead and just sit and just breathe and read, drink coffee, say some mantras, and it helps me. So let me just tell you what happened. So it's changed a little bit since July 1st, but I'll just tell you what happened when I got here. I literally decided to come here last Saturday because two of my friends were coming, and I decided to jump on a trip. But Lakeisha and her group of 30 came the week before, and I couldn't come with them, but I was so sad that I couldn't. But for me, Jamaica requires a health authorization that you do online 5 days before your trip. They used to require a COVID-free test before you came in. Let's also start by saying that Jamaica has the lowest number of COVID cases around. They've only had 10 deaths, and to date, as of today, they only have 810 coronavirus cases. And of the 810, I think 790 people survived it. So they literally have 10 deaths. As a result, Jamaica has really taken ownership of the World Health Organization and the CDC's recommendations. They are not playing. They do not want their people sick. They don't want us bringing in sickness to their country. And so, therefore, they've taken a lot of measures. And when I say a lot, a lot of measures. And so although it's a lot and it can be a bit overwhelming, it's actually very refreshing, and it helps you to feel very safe while you're here, because you know they're not joking. So basically, we had to fill out the health authorization 5 days prior. It asks you a lot of questions, mainly, have you been in contact with COVID? Have you had any symptoms? Have you ever had this or that? It gives you an authorization number. You have to print it out. It has a QR code on it. If you don't bring that with you to the airport, you're not getting on the plane. In fact, you're not even getting checked in. And so that was really, really important. My hand's starting to hurt holding my phone. Anyway, my friends and I decided, as Lakeshia suggested, to take a COVID test prior, just so you know, because if you get here and you do have COVID, because COVID is not something we know that we have. Many people don't have symptoms. And so if you get here and you have COVID, they can randomly test you. Excuse me. They can randomly test you, but they also can quarantine you in a government facility, which I was definitely not going to a government facility. So I wanted to be sure that I didn't have COVID before I came, especially because in Maryland, I had been some places that have shut down, like Fat Boys, the crab place had a person that tested positive for COVID, and also the Jetty Bar in Maryland, another crab place that I love, was shut down because of COVID. So I know that I had been places that people had COVID. I mean, animal realtors, I've been around people. Even though I use my PPE, I, wash my hands, I sanitize all the time, the chance of getting COVID is much, much higher in Maryland than it is here. Although I think Governor Hogan in Maryland has done a good job trying to crush the curve and keep the numbers as low as we can. But here's a whole other level. And if the United States did what Jamaica is doing, we wouldn't even be talking about COVID anymore. But anyway, once we got to the airport, my two friends did not bring their travel authorization with them. I actually printed mine. I print everything before I go on a vacation, so please print yours before you go, because it can be very problematic because it's hard to log in. You got to have this, they send you a security code, and you have to be able to get the code and then go back in your email really quickly, and it was very traumatic. So most people didn't bring theirs. All the other people in line, which held the line up, we damn near missed our plane because everybody was trying to figure out what their authorization was, because you have to have a screenshot of the QR code. We flew Southwest Airlines. We booked our vacation. They booked their whole vacation through Southwest Vacations. I booked my flight through Southwest Vacations, but I bought my hotel on the on Expedia. This is the Riu Reggae Hotel. And I did that because on Southwest, because I had a lot of travel vouchers, you can only use your travel vouchers for your plane. You can't use your travel vouchers for the hotel. But on Expedia, I had credit, so I'm just trying to make it as cheap as possible. So altogether, I paid $600 to come here for my air and my flight, but the total trip itself was $990. I got an oceanfront junior suite at the Riu Reggae Hotel. So after we got through the check-in part at at BWI Airport, we got down to our gate. Once we got to the gate, it was also a lot because they had to recheck you. You had your documents had to say approved. You had to have your passport. You had to have the authorization, and you also had to have your there were three things: your passport, your authorization, and your boarding pass. And they wanted to see all three things, so they had to verify you again when you got to the gate. And then before you got on the plane, they had to verify you again. And they kept saying, if you don't have the health authorization, you are going to be embarrassed and you're not going to be able to get into Jamaica. They will send you back. And so they said, please do not lose it. Do not put it away. I mean, I tell you, they said that like 25 times. So we get on the plane. When I got on the plane in Southwest, there was about 80 vacant seats on the plane, they said. A lot of people had seats to themselves. Nobody was sitting in the middle. I was very paranoid about the plane. I was less paranoid about Jamaica than I was about the plane because of the circulated air and all the things that we've heard. So I took all the necessary precautions. I had a seat cover that I got from Amazon. I had my Lakeshia actually prepared me a really nice package. Thank you, Lakeshia. I had antibacterial wipes. I wiped the seat down, the seat belt down, the hand, the whatever those arm things that you put your arm on, the tray table in front of me, the seat in front of me. I had my goggles on because they said coronavirus can be spread through your eyes, so I definitely wasn't gonna let that happen. I had on a mask, I had on the goggles, and I also had on a face shield, and I had on an outfit that I didn't care about because when I got here, I discarded that outfit because I didn't want it on my body, my skin, nothing. I did not move on the plane except to get up and let someone, my friend, go to the bathroom. And even in there, I even had seat covers with the toilet in the bathroom because I was not playing with coronavirus. When we get to Jamaica, it was they have very few arrivals per day. If you are coming from a hotspot place like Florida, Texas, Arizona, you got a whole nother situation because they're very concerned about you coming from a place that has very high numbers right now. So what happened was each plane, we came when a Delta flight was coming at the same time, so we had to wait for the Delta flight to go through first. So it took a little bit more time because we had to wait. Patience is definitely your friend. It wasn't too bad, not any different from when I normally go to another country and I have to go through customs and all that. But let me just tell you that everybody had on their PPE. The people who worked there, everybody had masks. As soon as you get off the plane, your temperature is taken, your hands are sanitized, your social distancing. You go to the next stop, temperature check. When they write your temperature down, the first time, you have to keep this little piece of paper with your temperature on it. Mine was 97.1. All of ours was under 98. If it's anything over the normal temperature, then you're about to be quarantined. So that's why I wanted to get a test ahead of time. So I was really panicking at this point because I'm like, Lord Jesus, please don't let me have a temperature or anything like that. So the second person takes your temperature and compared the paper to make sure the temperature was about the same. The next stop was a desk where the person had on full garb, basically like a hazmat outfit, goggles, head covering, the surgical uniform, gloves, everything. And you sit down with them and they ask you a bunch of questions. You have to sanitize your hands again. They take your temperature again. And when they're asking you these questions, they're trying to certify your health to make sure that you can basically go down to the hotel. So apparently there are corridors here in Jamaica, some of which are not available for us to go to. Jamaica has the people here, the tourist locations have gone through a series of sanitation procedures to make sure that it's safe and available for people to actually habitate. So we, again, are at the Riu Reggae. This is a place that has undergone serious sanitation. The people here are wonderful. They're cleaning non-stop. Everywhere you go, everybody has on a mask. So let me just say, once we got out to the airport, we did the normal customs. Right before we got to customs, another woman stops you and makes sure you understand that you're going to be quarantined to your corridor and that you need to have your health certificate. It's more people out here now talking, so I don't know if you can understand me, but I'll talk a little bit louder. Or maybe I'll just go inside. Anyway, that's the view. So then we went to customs, and after customs, you get your luggage. They ask you a bunch of questions, and just like normal customs, and then you're free to go. When you go outside, same thing. I had transportation, which I also got on Expedia. It was $27 for round trip. I haven't been to Jamaica in many years because the costs were so freaking expensive. But really, honestly, I forgot how beautiful Jamaica was. It's so pretty here. And it's a place I'm definitely going to come back and visit. I think I'm going to bring my daughter back in August. And if you're sick and tired of being at your home, you know how we've been saying, support Black business, support, buy Black, my Black receipt. Jamaica is definitely a place of people of color. Definitely tourism is one of their main sources of income here. And if you're going to go anywhere, I definitely 100% suggest that you consider Jamaica, especially since the prices are so incredible. The people are so loving and warm and helpful here, and just everything's Irie, man. Like everything's awesome. So the food is, of course, incredible. I've been looking forward to some jerk chicken. But anyway, when we get to the hotel, my transportation, I did Expedia, so it was a private transportation. We got here, and it was just me. The guy was in a BMW. It was kind of like driving in an Uber, but he had on a mask. His car was sanitized. He made me sanitize my hands before I got in his car. We got in. He took me to the hotel, which was only 5 minutes away from the airport, so that's why this is another good location. We got here, and it was a whole nother situation. The guy who got my luggage out, he basically took my luggage and he sanitized my luggage. I watched him do it. I had to sanitize my hands. I had to sanitize my feet. And then, because they don't want you walking no coronavirus up in their hotel. And then I had to stand in front of an infrared camera that also took my temperature. When I got to the front desk, they had the plexiglass up, which they have all over the hotel. Everywhere you go, all the bars have it. Everybody you talk to has the plexiglass up. The tour desks, the front desk, the restaurants, everybody has that. And so I get to the front desk, and they take my information. It's basically, they're trying to be as contactless as possible. You have to sanitize your hands again. Most times they're spraying you with this alcohol solution that's very strong, and you could tell that there's alcohol in it. But some places have, like, you put your hand up and the hand sanitizer comes out in like a gel form. But for the most part, it was like a wet alcohol-y type of thing. But anyway, I was able to get my keys and check in. They didn't ask for my ID or anything. She just asked me to hold my passport up, which I did. And she confirmed that I was myself. I had to take my mask down so she could see it was me. Also had to do that at customs at the airport. They make you take your mask down for 2.5 seconds and tell you to put it right back up. And then I got my key, and I was able to go to my room. Got to my room, and, it wasn't this view. It was a different room. I was actually looking at palm trees, and I was angry because I literally came here to wake up every morning and get the view. So if you're ever unhappy with your room, make sure you go back to the front desk and let them know, because they will accommodate you. So they gave me this really beautiful room. They had me come and look at it first to make sure it was to my satisfaction. It was. I got a junior suite just because I like space, but normally the suites are ocean front. And I don't like ocean view. I like ocean front. I want a direct view of the ocean because, again, it gives me life. And then after that, we went immediately to the pool. And the pool is like, altogether, I swear it's like 30 people outside, if that much. But people are in the pool. They're with their particular group. They're social distancing in the pool. You're asked to wear your mask around when you're walking around, but when you're at your seat or you're in the pool or when you're in the restaurant at your table, you can take your mask down. But to get in any restaurant, you must sanitize your hands. You must have on your mask. You cannot talk to them without having your mask on. As soon as you get out your seat at the restaurant, they're sanitizing the seat immediately. They're sanitizing the seat, they're sanitizing the table, they're sanitizing the floor around where you were sitting. There's no buffets. You can't touch anything. There's servers it's a buffet, but there's people serving the food to you. They're basically making your plate for you, and you're not allowed to reach or touch any of that stuff, which I think is great. All the restaurants are the same. You have to sanitize and wear your mask at each one. When you're at the pool bar is not open, but there is a bar at the pool. But you have to get out of the pool or get off your seat and walk over there. It was kind of a line, but it went pretty fast because they had a lot of bartenders working there. But they had a total plexiglass up, and you had to have your mask in order to get a drink. On the beach, when they come and check on you and ask you, are you okay, everybody has on a mask at the beach as well. But once you're again sitting on your chairs, you don't have to have the mask on. We signed up to get a massage, and they recommended that we do the massage outside because it's just easier that way in terms of coronavirus. But one of my friends is going to do hers inside, and me and the other friend are going to do it outside. And we're going to do that tomorrow. Today, we're going on a catamaran tour to the grill and Same thing, they don't do open bar anymore because of coronavirus. So you have to bring your own alcohol and use your own everything, your own cups and all that stuff. We are required to wear our masks in the transportation to go where we were going. We're required to wear our masks to the boat, and we're supposed to social distance. So they can only have a certain number of people. Even the restaurant we went to last night, which was really good, it was called Benfield Great House, which once I found out that it was a place that used to be a place for slaves, I just was pissed off. But anyway, when we got there, the people were really great. Our server was amazing. The food was actually really good. But, you know, that part pissed me off. But anyway, the tables were very much social distance. The server, the hostesses, everybody had on a mask. They took our temperature. This was off property. They took our temperature. They sanitized our hands. So that's pretty much the COVID protocol. Sanitizing, cleaning your hands, wearing your mask, social distancing. They're doing that here. Jamaica is doing a phenomenal job. I'll update you on how today was because we're actually going to Negril. So we're going to a different place. And I'm not sure that it's the same way in Negril, and it's not on a hotel. It's actually on a boat. We're going to go to Rick's Cafe, which I know Lakeshia told me that you can't jump off anymore, which I wouldn't do because I'm a low-risk person. But the cafe is open, and I've never seen Rick's Cafe, so I'll get to do that today. And then my vacation will be over tomorrow. So I just wanted to come on and let you know how it was, how it's been. I will definitely do it again. I have no fear about coming to Jamaica at all. Shout out to Lakeshia Garrett again for helping me understand what to be expected, helping to reduce some of my fears and anxiety about traveling. And thank you to Jamaica for just being a wonderful experience. Thank you to the people of Jamaica. It was so, so, so beautiful here. So peaceful, so relaxing. And if you need a change of scenery, if you need to get out of your freaking house, I suggest coming here. This is the RIU. They have several different RIUs. I'm at the Riu Reggae. This is an adult-only one, but they do have family-friendly ones, which I intend on bringing my kid with me because she, too, needs a mental break, and we both love the ocean so much. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And I hope I answered any questions that you may have, and I hope this helped you decide that you want to take a vacation, too, because we deserve it. We work hard. We should play as hard. And life is way too short not to enjoy it. So, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.